Welcome to the Investor Insight Show. I'm your host, Scott Dillingham. Today I'm going to be talking to you about what to be aware of when you flip a house as far as taxation purposes go. Now, the thing is you should always speak to a professional about this. I'm referring to you for entertainment purposes, but of course from my past experience for flipping houses. But everybody's tax scenario is different, so always speak to a professional. So when you flip a house, there's a couple of things that how the taxation works, right? So mainly it's capital gains that you're being taxed at, but it does depend because there can be other types of tax and things that you have to pay on it. So ultimately, it's capital gains though. So what a capital gain is, we have a video about that as well if you want more details on it, but it pretty much is when you sell a property, this is your profit, so that's a gain. So you gained capital, so it's a capital gain. And they have separate taxation on that, which again, I'm not going to dive into here, but know that usually that is a tax that is applicable to a flipper. Now keep in mind, if you flipped and there was not a profit, then there's no capital gain, so then that tax may not be there. But if you're selling at a profit, that's when these things come into play. So I find a strategy that worked for me was just to pay the taxes at that point when I sold the property, even though they're not due at that time. But by paying them, you're giving the money to CRA, which you're going to have to anyways. Then you're not scrambling later to try to collect it. You've already paid it. And if you overpay, then you'll get a refund at the end of the year. But usually, it doesn't, no one overpays, but sometimes it happens. But the goal is to, if you pay them up front, then you're not struggling, right? Because then you have a down payment. There could be another property, and then you could buy this property and there could be major repairs that need to be done, but you've not paid your tax bill. So you could be using that money, and then end of the year the taxes come, and then you're refinancing to try to pay the taxes. Like, it's just a mess. So ideally, if you pay them up front, money's gone, you don't have to worry about it. I hope you liked this investor insight. If you did, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and then down below will be a bunch of links. The first link is an article which has more details on this topic, and the other links are free investor tools and resources for you. Enjoy.